I heard a crack. Okay, that is plenty tall.
Greg!
We are finally back working on the booze cruise. We got this thing running good. We did a complete shakedown and it's driving really well. Now it's time to move on to the fun stuff. The first thing we're gonna do is build the mast. The reason we gotta do the mast first is we gotta build the floor around it and the bar on top of it, so it makes sense to do the mast first. The barn is getting a little bit cramped and we're not gonna be able to build the mast high enough, so that's why we need to do it in two parts. The first part is gonna start at the bottom of the frame, come up, and then we're gonna have a top plate here, which will align the mast for the second half. It'll bolt together and it'll create a nice strong connection. From there, in the inside of the metal framing, we're gonna have a wood 6x6 post. That'll give us the authentic mast look. And then on top, we'll put the crow's nest. From there, we'll have our little exit to the slide. So this is the plate I made to sandwich the upper part and the lower part of the mast together. Basically, on all the big holes is where we're gonna have the 1¼ inch tube. Our 6x6 is gonna sit in the middle. And when the second upper piece comes to the bottom piece, there's gonna be 1-inch tubes inside of the 1¼ inch that are welded there. So they perfectly slide into each other and then you're gonna bolt it together and that'll make a nice strong connection, I think. So the original idea was that we're gonna have a tube that comes up from this corner, and then it was gonna split the difference right in here. But naturally, it's right smack in the middle of where the steering supports are. So we're just gonna move the whole thing back a little bit so it clears it, and these two will sit in here like this, and like this. How's that look?
It looks really good. I actually like it better on the inside of the bracing.
I think it also looks better that it's in the middle of this rather than like off center. And then this is the height that the bar is gonna be at. It's actually gonna be a little bit lower because these are gonna get notched. Well, it looks pretty straight up and down, but the plate itself is sitting like lopsided on them. So I'm not sure why that's happening. I think that I'm gonna break off the back two because the tubing notcher is slightly offset when it makes the cuts. So one side is longer than the other. So I wanna break them off and match all of the long sides being on the inside of the other cross members. So the plan is we're gonna rob the slide from our deck instead of using the twisty slide. And so we're just getting a height measurement because that's gonna help determine how much higher I need to make the crow's nest. This is not as high as I thought it was gonna be, but it's kind of not as steep as it should be.
Can make it steeper.
Yeah, and really eject people off the bat. They're gonna have like a 4-foot drop to begin with. So this is only 5 feet high, which is definitely not the correct height for this. This is 128 inches long. So this is definitely gonna clear the back of the machine, and it's gonna be really, really steep because we need to do much higher than 5 feet for the crow's nest. We need to do a minimum of 8 feet, 9 feet. So this thing is gonna be ridiculously fast. The slide starts there, up high. This is how far back the slide's gonna hang off the machine. The slide on the deck was this high. We did that height here. That'll give us roughly the 10 feet that we were looking for, but as you go up higher, it changes it. We just cut out the upper mast plates. And so you'll notice that these are round. And the reason we're doing that is in the beginning part of the video, we said we were gonna have a 6x6 post that was gonna go up for the aesthetics, but we decided that we really don't like the way that looks. This height right here is going to be where the bar top is. So the second part of the mast is gonna come down, sit perfectly aligned with this one, and it's gonna be round going up. What that means is we're gonna need to cut 4 more tubes out, but I need to make wooden ribbing that's gonna go in between those 4 tubes. That way I can screw wood the whole way around to make it look like a round mast going up. Obviously, all of the metal is gonna support the structure, but that way it looks aesthetic and it looks like a pirate ship, because that's the whole thing we're going for. Okay, that is plenty tall. Look at that, that's insane. Oh my God, the slide coming off the back is gonna be terrifying.
Yeah.
It's gonna be so steep. Okay, so this is gonna be the last time I can assemble this inside the barn. Once I take this off and I put the top plate on, I won't be able to lift it up high enough to take it apart in the barn. Now comes the difficult part of making the wood round.
Dame la plata, plata. Cash, cash. Get money, get money. It's bam, 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 bam. It's bam, bam. She wanna flip for the gram. Plus, her baby sabe who I am, so she wanna do it all on cam. Like, hold up, sabe how to hold a pull up. Soon as we done, I'ma roll up. 4 lines of better, I pull up.
That looks so good.
It's not bad.
Lo tuyo, prefieres hacerlo conmigo que siempre lo hacemos bien duro. I bought a Benz straight from the trap. I don't like paying no taxes. I don't need friends, solo na mami, papi te enseño a racks.
Look at that.
That looks fantastic.
Right?
Perfect.
So we are on to the part where we are doing the scoring on the plywood that's gonna turn into our mast. We cut out all 4 pieces, well, all 8 pieces of our ribs, and they fit on very nicely. So I was doing every 2 inches just to see if I could get away with it, but clearly not. And also, this is the deepest cut, so I need to go back and redo all of these to make it deeper, because really we're only getting any bending around the one deep cut. See that? So we'll redo all of these deeper, and we're gonna do every inch. So it's definitely working, but we need to get all the sawdust out of each one of these individual cracks to get the maximum amount of bend. Because when you go like that, it's compressing, you know, filling this gap up here. And so if there's a bunch of sawdust in these cracks, it doesn't want to bend around it. See how this one's like not bending at all? This one's got no sawdust in it. This one's got a ton of sawdust in it. Let's see how it does it now. Oh, so much cracking.
Yeah, it's making me nervous. It looks like it's gonna work though.
It might. I might need to go through and cut on like a 5-degree angle on a couple of these. So that way, see how like the gap is filling up like that? Mm-hmm. If you give it the angle, although to be honest, that looks really good.
I really don't think that you should.
Call me Bucky, lucky that I'm innocent. If I didn't have no morals, I'd be menacing. How about rapping conscious, but he
Okay, that looks like a mast for sure. Oh, this got heavier. Holy shit, that looks so good. Oh my God.
It looks like a true mast.
It does. Holy crap. We didn't screw anything around here. We just pinned the ends. So we can go back and like adjust it and make it look better if we need to. But it looks so good already. Oh my God, that is sick.
It's so sick.
Should we put it up there?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I definitely didn't build it light.
It's massive.
Okay. Honestly, let's just leave it like that because I don't want to risk it sliding into the grooves and then me not being strong enough to pick it up and having no way to get something above it. Okay, that looks like a proper mast.
Yeah, it looks insane. I didn't think it was gonna be this thick.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of just kept getting thicker. And now it's massive. All right, so the last thing you guys saw, we had this up top and we had to take it down so I could add in bracing between all 4 of these tubes. That way it stays really rigid. Now what we're gonna work on is building the floor of the crow's nest. I'm not certain how big I wanna do it. This is a 12-inch diameter circle. I was thinking 18-inch or maybe 2 feet. So this is an 18-inch diameter.
Too small.
Too small?
Yep. Put it on the floor and let's test it.
Problem is if the pole's coming up right in the center.
Yeah, that's way too small. That's better.
So this gives you an idea of like the mast coming up through the center. And I was planning to have all of the supports come up on an angle. That way the railing is a little bit bigger diameter and you have more room to lean back and around.
Extra, extra, read all about it. Extra, extra, read all about it. Extra, extra, read all about it. Extra, extra, read all about it.
The way we're gonna mount the floor to the top of the mast is we're gonna use these 4 holes. We're gonna drill through, mark them on the floor, and then we'll have 4 bolts that go through and sandwich it together.
Hot off the press, brand new news, front page, who is this? All black on, real low key, take a guess. I stand out from the rest, no contest. I've been the man, I am him. Only fear God with the fear God I'm in. Been blessed, prayed up, amen. Now I'm getting to this money like a paper route kid. Extra, extra, read all about it. Extra, extra, read all about it. Extra, extra, read all about it. Extra, extra, read all about it.
That's perfect.
I've been the man, you verse me, I know you would never win. Rarely take an L, never been a fan. Added sense, top speed, rushes in the wind. I just do me, I don't chase trends. First they all hate, then they wanna make friends. Talking about weed, that was never in the plan. I don't speak French, but I really like friends. Extra, extra, read all about it.
Pretty nice, right?
Extra, extra, read all about it. Extra, extra, read all about it.
I am so happy with how this looks so far. Wow. Okay, let's flip this over. I'm so excited.
Stand inside of it.
Should I put the ring on it
Yeah,
first?
put the ring on it first.
I'm so happy. This build is so ridiculous.
That looks fantastic, Greg. Oh my God.
And then we're gonna have this one crossing through the middle, right about there, and one halfway up as high with sails on it. This is gonna be so sick. What is wrong with me? Why would I build something like this?
You have outdone yourself, mister.
This is so crazy.
Great job, baby.
Thank you, my love.
So obviously we're gonna have to back this out of the barn to put it on top. And we're not gonna be able to use Bluebird. We're going to have to use the crane for the four-wheelers.
Yeah, upstairs I lift like little 90cc four-wheelers like 20 feet into the air with a crane. So I'm gonna have to use the exact same crane I built for that to put this on top of the Booze Cruise. Last night we finished up the crow's nest and we've been staining all day today. We have it a nice dark brown stain, and we also redid the pirate ship wheel. We got to do the other side, but this side's drying. We think it looks way better, this darker brown. And we have the part that wraps around the mast getting stained as well. All right, now that we've got all that stuff drying, I also cut out this bracket this morning to start making the upper part of the mast or flagpole. This is how it's gonna attach to the crow's nest. This piece is gonna slide in to our 4.5-inch diameter PVC tube. And we've got a couple bolt holes drilled out right there. And it'll sandwich this and make a nice tight connection. And then these 4 slots are where the 4 bolts go into the mast that holds the crow's nest floor in place. So it should be a really, really solid connection. So hopefully when that's clamped, it makes a really strong connection. I mean, it lifts my foot up without bending very easily. I don't know what kind of test that is, but. Now it's time to build the cross sections that are gonna give us our sails, which is gonna make it really look like a ship. But the main thing is that we get it perfectly square to how this is gonna bolt on here. That way we don't have a sail that's crooked as the Booze Cruise drives. We want this to be as tight of a fit as possible. We're using an epoxy to hold this together. So we want it to be very rigid and the epoxy to just act as like an assist, not everything relying on the epoxy. So I'm gonna do this very carefully, do a little bit, test, do a little bit, test until it's the right size. Perfect.
That looks fantastic. Oh my God.
Perfect. And they're pretty parallel to each other. This is so cool. We're gonna have to be so careful about when we drive this like along the edges of the field that we're not literally taking out trees. All right guys, it's a brand new day and we've got the crow's nest mast all painted and we're ready to start assembling this thing. We pulled the Booze Cruise out so we can use the upper doors because this thing's like 22 feet high. How's it look?
It looks great.
All right, it's on there.
It looks so good.
This is so crazy.
This is the view from the crow's nest. You got it! Yes! Greg! I forgot the winch was holding it. Oh my God.
If you can't tell, clearly the proportions are off. This thing is like super wobbly. as you can see. This is just me like moving around on it a little bit. What that means, I think logically speaking, we need to bring the height of the crow's nest down to my head height minimum. That way we'll actually be able to use the slide. Also, the main portion of the mast can drive in and out of the barn without me having to disassemble it. And then the crow's nest itself will be much lower. And then we're gonna need to shorten that because it's just a behemoth and it's just completely ridiculous and it doesn't match the rest of the machine.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
All right, so the crow's nest itself needs to be reinforced too. Oh. The size is perfect though. See how it's moving like that? I don't like that at all. A lot of this wiggle that you're seeing in this upper sail is just the PVC pipe itself. And then all of a sudden it translates to the machine. All right. Oh my God, this is terrifying. I heard it crack. No, this is so much more comfortable getting into like this. This is the coolest thing ever. The machine's running like it doesn't even know it's there. Okay guys, so this is obviously driving really well, but we gotta do a couple things. We gotta shorten the crow's nest so that way people can be in it while it's driving around so it's a little bit more stable. But we're gonna do that off camera. Next week, we're gonna start building the entire body of the ship itself. So make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next week.